All right, hello. Welcome to another, not a live stream of mine anyway. We'll game here. We're going to start gaming here in a few minutes. But I just wanted to ask, so I've been busy last weekend and this weekend with Netflix, really. There's been a lot of good stuff on there. The Lincoln Lawyer is back. Has anybody watched that series? If you are, send it in the chat. I just finished the first. I guess they're gonna have two parts. It's gonna be the first part is gonna release. It's 5 episodes. It released, I think it was last week, and the next part's gonna release in August. So I watched that the other day. That was really good. And now I'm gonna be. And then I watched. Did anybody watch that series on the American Gladiators? Remember that show from the 80s, maybe late 80s or 90s? I only remember the reruns. I don't remember its original run because it was. I was already. I mean, I was born in '85, so I remember it when it was like when I was like 5 or 6 years old. I remember as a small kid watching it. I don't know if it was the original run or not. I don't think it was. I remember it was on USA Network. I don't remember. I don't know if that was the original run or not, but I know it was syndicated. But I do remember it on the USA Network. There's a 5-part series about that on Netflix. That those guys. I mean, obviously those guys were kids of the they were growing up in the 80s and that, but it was crazy, man. Talk about the way they were treated, the way it was just constant rock and roll and drugs and steroids and all that stuff going on. It was a really good series. Like I said, it's American Gladiators. It's a docuseries. And then I watched that other one about the cat where everybody's online trying to find for the guy that went ahead and I think he was killing the kittens. So the people online found them. Watched that series too on Netflix. So I've been busy. I haven't, Netflix is one of those services where I get it. You get it for a while. You find a lot of stuff you want to watch. Then there's nothing I can find I want to watch on it. Then there's a bunch of stuff I want to watch, and then there's then I go through a batch where I can't find anything. So, but like I said, there are two good series, 3 good series on there right now. Like I said, The Lincoln Lawyer. Like I said, there's that one about the cats. Don't mess with cats, sort of like that. And then there's that other series on there, like I said, about the American Gladiators, which they released on 4th of July weekend, which I thought that was a good idea. American Gladiators, 4th of July weekend. Gave everybody a chance to watch it. I binged it. It's only 5 episodes, but it was really good. They had Nitro on there. They had Tower. They had what was it, Blaze? I think it was on there. They had a lot of good people, on there. And some of the things those guys they were talking about they were dealing with in the late 80s or 90s. I think I think one of the gladiators was a lesbian, I think, and and I guess they got really mad at her. The show itself got really mad at her because they said it wasn't what they wanted to portray on the show, and they were afraid of getting kicked off the air because one of the gladiators was a lesbian. It was really unbelievable stuff with these competitors, what they were going through. And then, two, at the beginning, they only had like 6 gladiators. And these guys, I mean, they were getting so beat up and so worn out. They ended up having to add more gladiators just because these guys were just getting the crap kicked out of them so bad that they had to actually say, okay, we have to figure out a way to get this show on the air. But just, they were just getting beaten up. And then the other thing, too, was with American Gladiators, I'm not giving any of it away, but this is just, you'll see it in the trailer. But I guess the other thing too is they were doing those arena shows. If you remember when arena shows were a big thing, and I guess they were saying that they were doing like 120 shows, and they would do something like 2 shows a day, and just how beat up and worn out they were, and it kind of shows you how wrestling. And all that those guys are beaten up, where they wrestle 2 times, sometimes 2-3 times on a weekend, or they wrestle 300 days a year. It just shows you how these guys were taking steroids not only just to get big but also to heal, and also to just the amount to help with the pain. They got addicted to opioids and stuff like that, and all that stuff because they were trying to get pain relief because they were doing 2 shows a day and these big arena shows. And they were saying how they had like 8 trailers just of props and stuff, and it just was unbelievable the way these guys were getting beaten up and pounded on. And just a great series to watch. Also, too, Like I said, that was a great documentary. Like I said, The Lincoln Lawyer. If you haven't, Michael Connelly is a fabulous author. I've actually read all his books, even the Bosch books. Bosch is another series of his that's on Amazon Prime, and it's a really great series. Go ahead and watch it. The first season's very good. The second season, like I said, we're halfway through the second season. The second part of the season won't come out till August, but all of his books, Lincoln Lawyer books, are really good. The series is really amazing, so check that out on Netflix. And then also too, go ahead and, like I said, check out if you're into true crime, that docu series about the cat killer. It's kind of creepy. It starts out with, he's, the guy's kind of, killing kittens, and then he graduates to people, and just the whole thing is just nuts. So if you really, like I say, if you really want to watch some good stuff, there's a lot of good stuff on Netflix right now to watch. So like I said, check that stuff out. It was definitely worth watching. Uncle Pudge, hey, what's up, man? Hey, how's it going? Thank you for dropping in the chat, saying hello.